The year of the nurse and midwife has been chosen
Well done.
to coincide with the 200th anniversary of the birth of Florence Nightingale, who established the first professional nurses' school at St Thomas's, which the Evelina is part of. One person I'd really like to introduce you to is actually called Florence herself, and she's here for an operation. Florence, have you heard of a lady called Florence Nightingale?
Yeah.
You have?
She was a nurse during
Yes.
the Crimean War.
Yes, she was. Oh my gosh, you do know your stuff. Do you think you might want to do something like nursing maybe when you grow up?
I'd like to be a nurse.
Yeah?
It seems great to help people.
For inspiration, Florence, look no further than the nurses on Beach Ward, which provides treatments like urology, kidney care, and in Tilly's case, ear surgery. That's Ariana helping her with her blood pressure.
I knew I wanted to be a nurse from when I was about 13, and I just love children because I just think providing them care is just so satisfying. Should we press the button now?
Tilly's operation means she's a little quiet today,
Hi Tilly, I'm Ranj.
but her thumb is working perfectly. What makes you passionate about nursing?
A lot of it, I think, with nursing is a lot of empowerment.
Yeah?
I feel like we're constantly just trying to be our best, and because an empowered nurse is a nurse that will come into work and want to do their best for their patients and
Yeah.
make sure that they're providing the best care.
Tilly's off home today and I'm off to the kidney unit to meet 5-year-old Cruz. Unfortunately, he and several of the children have colds. So to help stop them spreading, I'm having to take some extra precautions, which means the camera crew can't enter the unit. Sorry, boys. And why are we here today?
To talk,
To talk. As well as talking.
a dialysis.
So how long do you have to have this for? 4 hours. Carmen, you're a specialist in dialysis. Now, for those that don't know, what does it involve?
Removing all the waste products and extra fluid from the blood that the kidneys can't do for themselves when they're not healthy.
What are the nurses like here? Yeah, what do they do for you?
Make toast.
They make toast. As Cruz visits 3 times a week, I'm sure home comforts are important.
Cruz and I call this home away from home.
So this is your second home.
This is our
isn't it?
second home, yeah.
You've got to know the nurses quite well.
They're amazing. I wouldn't wish anything on anybody, but if your child is sick, this is a place to be.
It's easy to see why Cruz was chosen to meet the Duchess of Cambridge at Evelina's 150th anniversary party. But let's get back to the nurses, and it's not just toast they're experts at. How has nursing changed during the course of your career?
I think nurses have become more expert at what they do. In fact, this is like a nurse-led unit, so actually we can assess the children, we can sort out most of the problems, and then if necessary, if the child needs to be admitted, then obviously we talk to the doctors.
And what would be your one piece of advice that you'd give anyone who's thinking about being a nurse?
Come to paediatric renal because it's amazing. It's the best thing ever. And if you don't like renal, there's always cardiology, there's the emergency department, there's theatres, there's so many things you can do.
Nothing better exemplifies this than the nurses who work for the South Thames Retrieval Service. And this isn't just any old ambulance, it's a pretty specialist one, isn't it?
Absolutely. It is a mobile intensive care unit. I work as a retrieval nurse practitioner based in the children's intensive care, but also when a call comes in from one of our district general hospitals that they have a child who's deteriorating, we mobilise the team, we go and collect that child and bring them back to our specialist paediatric intensive care, and we're giving them some intensive care during the journey. So many of these children are stable, but in some circumstances, every second does count.
Blue lights, sirens on and everything.
Absolutely, yes.
Why was it this job for you?
I love children's nursing. Equally, I have a great passion for cars. And so the need for speed and looking after critically ill children, this is just the perfect job for me.
It's my privilege to work alongside nurses and midwives who really are the beating heart of the NHS. So I'm delighted to be joining in the celebrations, and I've got a very special message from some friends of mine for any nurses and midwives that might be watching.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.